If you are selling home improvements on a one-call close, I know you're using some type of sale or discount to sell on the close. After being in this business for more than 35 years and personally being in over 16,000 homes, I'm going to tell you things I wished I knew starting out when discounting that will help you keep more commission and make the customer happier because they feel that they got a good deal, the perfect sale. Using multiple discounts in the close can hurt you more than you know. If you work for a company, you may be restricted in what you can offer, or some companies let you discount at will. The second way is usually the worst because unless you're structured and disciplined in how you do it, you'll seem like the stereotype used car salesman. Well, how about if I knock another $1,000 off? Either way, I think you really don't need to have more than 2 discounts at the most, along with the today discount, and you should be fine if you do it right. You don't need a bunch of discounts or to drop the price repeatedly. You need to make better use of the few ones you do use. The worst discounts you give are when you just start to negotiate. Don't ever try to just negotiate. If you just discount at will or don't explain and have a credible reason for the sale or discount, they'll sense it's negotiable. Once they sense it's negotiable, you're on the losing end of the battle. Do people look at a price tag and try to negotiate a lower price in a retail store? They would if you said, make an offer under the price. That's what you're doing when you signify you can negotiate. Your goal is to make the pricing seem like retail pricing. It's real, and a sale is really a sale. The other obstacle, if they sense the price is negotiable, is now the typical customer also needs to know that they're at the bottom. That's why they ask if this is your best price before they buy. Negotiate is just a fancy word for give up commission. Don't forget that every time you drop the price or give them a discount, that you're peeling $100 bills out of your wallet and giving it to them. We go through enough, let alone start tipping the customer for our work. Most discounts are explained as a sale price, so discounts are valuable because everyone buys things on sale. Think about when you buy clothes in a store. Unless you really want something, don't you normally buy stuff that says sale? So it is necessary to have some type of sale or discount, and here are 4 things to keep in mind when using them. Don't miss the biggest mistake when using a discount at the end. You might miss the one you personally needed to hear. Quick note. If you want my full in-home system, I've got it laid out step by step in The Art of Selling Home Improvements. Links in the description. Plus, if my videos are helping you, please subscribe to help me. Now here are the 4 things. The first thing for a sales discount to work is they have to be credible. That means the first price you give them, they think is the regular price, and the discount is really them getting a deal. People buy when they think they're getting a deal. If they think you just double the price to give them a 50% off, it's not a deal. When you start to discount too much, your prices start to become not credible. You want them to think the starting price is like the price on an item in a grocery store, not the price they see on a new car sticker. One is what it is, the other is what they would never pay. So don't ever describe any of your prices as the retail price. Nobody pays retail. When you say that, you're signifying that the price isn't real and that there'll be more discounts. Or you say, here's the price before discounts. The idea is to make the first price credible. The more credible it is, the more impact the discounts will have. If you think something really is $10,000 normally, then a $500 discount will seem more of a deal or bargain. The more you can make them believe the normal price is $10,000, then $500 off seems like a good deal. The second thing, and it will help build credibility in your discounts, is not to give the discounts all at once, but in stages. We talked earlier about the fact that the first price has to be credible. Giving time between discounts helps this. Again, you need them to think your first price is real or the discount won't have impact. Time between discounts is essential. Time between discounts is what gives the discounts power. If I tried to sell you a car today and said it's $20,000 but it's on sale for $18,000, you think, okay, the car is $18,000. But if I tried to sell you a car and told you it was $20,000 and then let you leave, then I called you the next day and said, remember the car you looked at yesterday for $20,000? Well, it just went on sale today for $18,000. The discount would have a lot more impact because of the time between discounts. For example, if I say, well, I have your estimate ready and here it is. We have a roof that's $20,000 and we have a spring sale that takes off $1,000. Also, you have a $750 off coupon, and if you buy today, we can take another 10%, so your total price is only $16,425. They aren't thinking of the roof being $20,000, they're thinking the roof is $16,425, plus you're trying to close them instantly. That's what explaining a today discount now does, and you're giving it without solving any problems of affordability, that they think the price should be half, they might claim to want to get estimates, etc. You're shooting every bullet you have and putting pressure on them immediately. That's the worst way to do it. Even if the time between discounts is seconds, it still has more impact than delivering it all at once. So that same example would sound like, okay, well, I've got your estimate ready. It includes everything. And also don't forget we have a sale going on now. The normal price of your roof is $20,000. Do you have any questions on that? No, Ron. Now don't forget we have a spring sale that I mentioned earlier, and that would save you another $1,000. So now your roof would only be $19,000. If you do it like this, a lot of times the customer will say, oh, so that original price didn't include the sale? No, it's the normal selling price as I mentioned. Oh, well, that's a lot better. When they say that, you see it has more impact because they thought the roof really was $20,000, and now at $19,000, it seems like they're getting a deal. Now I say, and also don't forget you had the coupon for $750 off. Oh, you didn't include that? No. So if I take that off, now your total price is only $18,250. Remember, the coupon expires in 30 days. If it's affordable, do you think you can make up your mind one way or another within 30 days? I generally hold off on the today discount until I've solved all the problems and the only thing missing is the urgency. Discounts give a time frame to the buying decision. So by doing the discount in stages, I create the urgency in stages. Just like the previous example, you noticed I explained the sale discount, and when I say the sale is good for a month, the only commitment I get is, if it's affordable, do you think you can make up your mind within a month? They virtually always say yes to that. It's non-threatening, lowers the feeling of pressure the customer feels in the close, and now you've gotten them from who knows when they'll buy or make a decision to now they'll be able to decide within a month. Now that the pressure's off, it's easy to solve the problem, make it affordable to them, handle the objections they have, and hopefully solve all their problems with urgency. Now if you have a today discount, it's the best time to introduce it, and it's a softer leap to go from making a decision within a month to doing it today. It's more gentle than just going immediately to today pressure as soon as you give them the price. The third thing to know about sales or discounts is to learn to build the value in your discounts. We give so many discounts every day that we lose the value. Every day you say, well, it's $1,000 or it's $2,000 off, like it's nothing. If you say it like it's nothing, it becomes nothing. It's like being in a casino where they trick you to lose more money because it's just orange chips, now they're black chips. How powerful would your $500 off discount be if you laid 5 $100 bills on the table and said, we'll give you this with every purchase? You need to learn how to say the discount in a way that makes them feel it like that. We have the biggest sale of the year, and if you do it by then, you can save another $750 off. Or learn to build value by equating the discount to something. For example, we have a $750 off sale right now, so if you get that, it's like getting the new TV for free that you guys were telling me you wanted to get. Give the discount value and impact. If you do it right, people will buy in a today discount of $1,000 just as well as $3,000. If they're going to do it, $1,000 is a lot of money if you make it sound like it. The fourth thing about discounts is when it's used the wrong way. Discounts are used to create urgency, not value. The wrong use of a sale or discount is to discount the price to match the value of what you're selling. If you have to do that, you should be working on your price conditioning and building value. Remember, ultimately people buy when they feel the value of what they're getting exceeds what they're paying. You've got to make them think that it's worth the first price you give them, then the discounts will just sweeten the pot. Keep in mind that nothing we just went over means anything if they don't want the product. The most important part of your selling is done during the sales presentation, not in the close. The close should just be a way of helping them get what they want. If you want to close more, you need to work on your sales presentation more and be able to make them want what you have, not want to look around and be able to build the value enough that they think the first price you give them is a deal. The discounts then make it an offer they can't refuse. If you like this video, watch the features and benefits video next, because that's where you make them want it before the price ever comes up. Now, if you want the full step-by-step process I use in the home, from the presentation to price conditioning to closing, check out The Art of Selling Home Improvements. The link's in the description below or above in the corner. Happy selling!